Space Marines are the Emperor's superhuman warriors, made by him as an army. The Emperor did not make the Space Marines first, but the Thunder Warriors to help him fight the Unification War. But the Thunder Warriors, they are hyper-violent and short-lived, so the Emperor had his soldier guard killed all of the Thunder Warriors at the end of the Unification War. So the Emperor made the first Space Marines and the 20 Primarchs to lead them into battle. But before he could finish, a warp storm took the 20 Primarchs from the Emperor. The Emperor. He took the Space Marines out from Terra into the galaxy and started the Great Crusade. As the Emperor went out from Terra, he found one of his lost sons, Horus Lupercal. Emperor now know that his lost sons are living. The Primarchs were recovered with their legions. The order of the Primarchs were found are Horus Lupercal, the first to be found. His homeworld is Khodorus, and his legion is the Lunar Wolves, later renamed Sons of Horus. Leman Russ is the second to be found. His homeworld is Fenris, and his legion is the Space Wolves. The third Primarch to be found is one of the Lost Primarchs. We do not know his name or what his legion is called. The fourth Primarch to be found was Pharos Manus, and his homeworld was Medusa, and his legion is called the Iron Hands. The fifth Primarch to be found was Fulgrim. His homeworld is Chemos, and his legion is called the Emperor's Children. The sixth Primarch to be found was Vulcan. His homeworld was Nocturne, and his legion is called the Salamanders. The seventh Primarch to be found is Roguewood Dawn. His homeworld is Ewit, and his legion is called the Imperial Fists. The eighth Primarch to be found was Rabute Gilliman, and his homeworld was Macragge, and his legion was called the Ultramarines. The ninth Primarch to be found was Magnus the Red, and his homeworld was Prospero, and his legion is called the Thousand Sons. The 10th Primarch to be found was Sanguinius, and his homeworld is Baal, and his legion called the Blood Angels. The 11th Primarch to be found was the Lion L. Johnson. His homeworld is Caliban, and his legion is called the Dark Angels. The 12th Primarch to be found was Perturabo, and his homeworld of Olympus, and his legion is the Iron Warriors. The 13th Primarch to be found was Mortarion, and his homeworld was Barbarous, and his legion is called the Death Guard. The 14th Primarch to be found is Logor, and his homeworld of Caucus, and his legion is called the Word Bearers. The 5th Primarch to be found was Jedi Khan on his homeworld of and his legion is the White Scars. The 16th Primarch to be found was Comrade Kurd, and his homeworld was Mol, and his legion is called the Night Lords. The 17th Primarch to be found was Angron, and his homeworld of Nakia, and his legion is the World Eaters. The 18th Primarch to be found was Corax, and his legion was called the Raven Guard. The 19th Legion is lost, and we don't know the Primarch or the name. The last of the legions is the Alpha Legion, with Alpharius and Omegon. We don't know their homeworld. As the Great Crusade found more of his lost sons, the Emperor went back to Terra to work on his secret project. This project is called the Webway Project. The Emperor wanted to use the Webway to travel to planets without the use of the warp, so the Emperor gave Horus the title of War Master, and he would lead the armies of the Emperor to finish the Great Crusade. But Horus fell to the Chaos Gods and began the Horus Heresy that would lead to half of the Primarchs turning traitor and falling to the Chaos Gods. Who turned traitor are Fulgrim and the Emperor's children who fell to Slaanesh, and now Fulgrim is a demon prince of Slaanesh. They fell to Slaanesh because they were trying to get to perfection. And his Iron Warriors fell to Undivided, and now Perturabo is a demon prince of Undivided. Perturabo did not feel like the Emperor cared for his sons and just used them as tools. The Iron Warriors do not like using chaos stuff, like Possessed, but they will use demons and put them in vehicles to make demon engines. Comrade Kurz and his Night Lords are more like renegades than full-out Chaos God worshippers. Comrade Kurz was killed by an assassin who was sent by the Emperor to kill him. Comrade Kurz had an ability of foresight. He saw his death, and he did not stop it. Angron and his world leaders fell to Khorne, and now Angron is a demon prince of Khorne. The Emperor took Angron from his people, who was going to die. The Emperor saved him from death. Angron hated the Emperor. Mortarion and his Death Guard, who fell to Nurgle, and now Mortarion is a demon prince of Nurgle. He sees the Emperor taking his rightful kill of his father, and just another tyrant as well. Magnus the Red and his thousand sons fell to Tzeentch, and now Magnus the Red is a demon prince of Tzeentch. Magnus joined the traitors because of what the Space Wolves did to his people and see as the Emperor's doing. Horus and the Sons of Horus that got renamed just before the Horus Heresy began, and Horus got killed by the Emperor at the end of the Siege of Terra. His legion is now called the Black Legion, who is the biggest Chaos Space Marine warband. And the Black Legion is willing to let other members of other legions join them. Lorgar and his word bearers who fell to Chaos Undivided, and now Lorgar is a demon prince of Undivided. The last of the traitors are the Alpha Legion, who have two Primarchs. One of them, Primarchs, got killed. I do not believe that the Alpha Legion are traitors because they saw two possible futures. One of the futures they saw was the present day of 40k if they sided with the Emperor, and the other is if Horus won the war, humanity got wiped out from the galaxy. The end of the Siege of Terra, the Loyalists were weakened from the siege, and the Emperor is now on the Golden Throne. And with the Imperium needing to be rebuilt from what the traitors have done to the Imperium, Roboute Guilliman wrote the Codex Astartes that wants to split up the legions and make them into chapters. Most of the Loyalist Primarchs were happy with their legions. The Loyalist legions that split up into chapters are the Dark Angels, whose Primarch is Lionel Johnson. His legion did not fight in the Siege of Terra. He went to the homeworlds of the traitors and destroyed the world to stop them from getting more Marines to help with the fight. The Lion went back to Caliban, and the Space Marines on Caliban fired at the ship. So the Lion fired at Caliban and destroying it. The Lion was took by the Watchers in the dark. He came back in M42 as part of the Arks of Omen, and he is the second Loyalist Primarch to come back. The White Scars, whose Primarch is Jadakai Khan, his legion did fight in the Siege of Terra. He disappeared at the end of the Scouring when he went back to his homeworld to fight off Dark Eldar raiders. He went into the Webway to pursue the Xenos. Space Wolves, whose Primarch is Leman Russ, his legion did not fight at the Siege of Terra. He did not want to split up his legion, and the Space Wolves did not split. Leman Russ went into the Eye of Terror to find the Tree of Life to restore the Emperor to health, and it is said that Leman Russ will come back at the end of times. The Space Wolves call this Wolf Time. The Imperial Fists, whose Primarch is Rogal Dorn, his legion fought in the Siege of Terra, and he did not want his legion splitting up. But in the end, Rogal Dorn split up his legion. Rogal Dorn is missing, and the only part of him that the Imperial Fists have is his arm. The Blood Angels, whose Primarch is Sanguinius, who died in the Siege of Terra by Horus, someone had an ability similar to Comrade's Curse, and he knew how he was going to die. The Iron Hands, whose Primarch is Pharos Manus, who died at Isstvan 5 by Fulgrim. His legion got hit hard at Isstvan 5 by the traitors. The Ultramarines, whose Primarch is Roboute Guilliman, Ultramarines did not fight in the Siege of Terra. He came at the last too late to fight, and Roboute Guilliman came up with splitting up the Legion. Guilliman was the first Loyalist Primarch to come back in M41. Salamanders, whose Primarch is Vulcan, just like the Iron Hands, his legion got hit by traitors on Isstvan 5. Vulcan cannot be killed, and he is out there in the galaxy waiting for his sons to find him. Just like the Space Wolves, the Salamanders did not want to split up his legion. The Raven Guard, whose Primarch is Corax, is the last of the legions that got hit hard by the traitors on Isstvan V. Koroks is in the Eye of Terror, trying to kill Lorgar. Koroks is now a demon-like monster that looks like a raven. These new chapters went out, pushing the traitors into the Eye of Terror. This is called the Great Scouring. In M41, the Space Marine chapters fight wars and trying to keep the Imperium from falling to Chaos Gods or the Xenos. But as Guilliman came back after the 13th Black Crusade that Abaddon, the Despoiler, destroyed Cadia in, Guilliman is trying to stop the Imperium from destroying itself by leading the Imperium. Guilliman is not the only loyalist Primarch to come back. The Lion woke up, now trying to help fight. He is out there trying to redeem his fallen sons. Thank you for watching this video. If you like this video, remember to subscribe and give me a thumbs up. And if you want to suggest a video topic in the comments below. Thank you for watching.